Welcome to the Soul Infused Monday Show. Today, episode number 242, called The Power of Being with What Is. Thank you for coming back every single week to listen, to learn, to grow. I appreciate you taking the time to be here with me. I know there's so much content, so much information, so much valuable stuff out there that you can listen to, that you can watch, and you choosing to be here with me today means a lot to me. And I'm super excited to spending this time with you today. Now, today's show is more a sharing, and I'm revisiting or talking about something that I find extremely valuable and that might be a good reminder for you today or for all of us. And it's about what does it mean to be with what is and what's the power behind it. And the context for today's episode is that this morning I was feeling sad. I was feeling a bit lost. I felt totally uninspired, not motivated whatsoever. And usually Mondays are good days for me. I do the Soul Infused Monday show. I love Mondays. And this morning I didn't feel it. I was not in the mood. And I had moments where I also considered not even doing a show today. That would have been totally okay as well. Now I did choose to show up, and I'm super happy to be here. And the reason for me to share this is that we all have those days, we all have those moments. And I reached out to my Facebook community, inspired by a post that another friend, something similar that he posted. And so I'm going to read you what I wrote, and there's a point in me sharing this with you. And if you've been one of those that responded to this post, thank you so much. I'm sure you made me smile, opening my heart, laugh, cry, whatever you shared with me. It's highly appreciated. So I wrote a post on Facebook this morning that was, I'm feeling sad and a bit lost this morning. Today is Soul Infused Monday and I don't feel inspired or motivated. If the show has ever been helpful or inspiring to you, some kind words in my direction would feel very supportive. If kind words aren't your way, maybe a funny picture of you or us, or a cute picture or video of your cat could hit the spot. Thank you. And I got several beautiful comments and messages, so thank you again. So why am I sharing this with you? First of all, when I wrote that post, I was sharing from a place of authenticity. We so often just see the good stuff on social media. Oh, everything is great. I have it all together. And the most successful things and the most beautiful things you see on social media. And then once in a while, there's something sprinkled in. However, the truth and the reality is that our life is not only high up. We go through sadness, through challenges, through overwhelm, through fear, through anger, grief. So many things are happening on a daily basis. Several, maybe even in one day, you can experience joy and grief and anger and happiness all at once. And I'm okay with that. And at the same time, it was a beautiful opportunity to be real and also ask for help or support, just some loving, kind words. When you feel low, or when you feel sad, or when you feel lonely, you can reach out and ask for support to ease the moment. It doesn't mean that it's going to fix. I didn't ask for advice. I didn't ask anyone to fix it. At the same time, I felt it would feel so good to hear some support. So the few things that I wanted to share with you today is, first of all, no matter what you are experiencing right now, and my clients are the best, so sweet. Some of my clients commented and they told me things that I tell them, and it was just so sweet. It was like, and it's so true and so helpful. I was like, it's okay that you feel this way. And he's like, yeah, it's okay. Stop and take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Be gentle with yourself. Like, my clients are the best. That they like, and my friends too, obviously, don't get me wrong. But I thought that was so sweet. The comments that I got from clients and people that are in my community. So I'm going to repeat a few things as a reminder for you, as a reminder for me, as a reminder for everyone. First of all, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. And whatever you're experiencing right now, whatever it is, it doesn't even matter. Everything is welcomed. If it's the highest of joys or if it's the lowest of anger, shame, doesn't matter what it is. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to be with it. What does that mean, being with? For me, being with, or the power of being with what is, really means that you give space to what you're feeling without judgment and without trying to fix it and without pressure or shaming it. Meaning, you're feeling anxious or I was feeling sad. There are several moments right now where I feel lost. And lost, I mean, like, there's so many options, decisions to make, and there are many days that I don't know what to do. And I've been traveling. So many things are still in the unknown. And so the feeling of not knowing what to do, or feeling of overwhelm, or feeling lost, stuck, whatever you want to call it, is something that I get to revisit quite regularly lately. And that's okay too. And in those moments, sometimes old patterns come up, or beliefs, and maybe you also sometimes feel then nothing really matters, or maybe you don't matter, or what's the point? There's so many nuances that come up when we go through a challenging time. So the power of being with what is really means, instead of judging it, or instead of hiding it, even hiding it is not being with, and is a form of shame or judgment. So the power of being with what is to take a deep breath, to hold space for yourself, and to acknowledge and accept that feeling in that experience. And it's easier said than done. It is very powerful. And at the same time, it's not so easy because we have such a resistance. And we are so many times so conditioned to reject or judge, or it not being good enough, or it not being the right thing. And if you're on the spiritual journey, sometimes that comes on top of it, that spiritual critic, that spiritual pusher that tells you that you should do better, that you should be different, and that you should be this enlightened being all the time. No, you are a human being, and you're a spiritual being having this human experience. So the power of being with what is really means you being okay, and you loving yourself through it, and or just being with that moment in time. And then it's also beautiful to tune in and to check in with you and ask, what do you need? Like, what is it that you need in that moment? What would feel supportive? Maybe you need to feel loved. Maybe you need to feel like you matter. Or maybe you feel like, or you feel that you want to be of service. I felt this morning, I felt that need to hear some supportive words or comments. Just not that I needed to a reminder in that sense. I know that what I do matters, and yet sometimes it's nice to hear it, and that's okay too. So your version of it, when you feel sad or lonely or uninspired, unmotivated, and you remove the judgment and you let yourself really hold space and be with it with love and acceptance, then check in. What do you need? What feeling is it that you would like to have? And then if that feels right to you, that could be also an opportunity to ask for it, to ask for support, because that's, you don't have to go through all that stuff by yourself. And the truth of the matter is that most people feel this way at some point or another. And a lot of people feel like this right now. I got a lot of messages that said, oh, Sonia, I felt the same way last night. I'm feeling the same way right now. So many. And I was walking yesterday. Yesterday was a little bit of a weird Sunday. I already sensed that feeling of being lost, not knowing what to do. And it was a beautiful day here in Germany, sunshine, gorgeous. And at some point I felt like, let me just go out for a walk. And I was walking and I was tuning into myself. And I felt that sense of that part in me that felt a bit lonely. And I was walking around with that feeling. And then I was looking at just random people like just strangers, like I didn't know anyone. And I was tuning into them, looking into them. And I felt like everybody's feeling this way somehow. Not everybody, right? But a lot of people. So I was tuning into them. And even though I wasn't talking to them, I tuned into them and I was internally saying, I feel some sadness and lonely right now. And so does this person, and so does this person, and so does this person. And in that sense, I felt, although we are in some way alone in this experience, we are also all connected. Does that make sense? So my point in sharing this is maybe to invite you to be with what is in the moments when the patterns come in or the inner criticism, and to bring love and acceptance and compassion for yourself and others into that moment. That's all I have for today. So I want to check your comments. I would love to hear from you. How are you feeling today? What is it that you need today? And do you have any questions? So I'm going to go over your comments. And if you are listening to this on a platform that you cannot leave comments, I appreciate a review. Share with me and a message. I would love to hear from you how this is resonating for you. Thank you. I see some of the comments. Thank you. Thank you. Why can't we just feel secure? Will we ever get there? I want to hold space. So I have this comment here. Why can't we just feel secure? Will we ever get there? So I might not have an answer for you. However, I would change the question. Instead of asking, why can't I just feel secure? I would change the question to, what does make me feel secure? What does make me feel secure? Energy follows attention. And whether you will get there or have all the answers, that I'm okay not having all the answers, and I for sure don't have them. If you change the question, you change your awareness and your focus. And instead of putting that judgment or the word can't, that I invite everyone to remove the word I can't from your vocabulary, you shift your focus, and then you can create a sense of security within yourself, maybe in a better way. So I hope this is helpful, Pamela. Just seeing you makes my day better. We are all in this together. Thank you so much, Barbara. You're sweet. Thank you, Sonia. I've been feeling quite heavy with emotion today too, and had no time to express it. So feel grateful for your show today. Thank you, Amy. Thank you. And I'm so happy you're here. And even just sharing that, just sharing is a way of expressing it as well. And I hold space for you and I breathe with you, and it's totally okay. We are in this together. Can you please share how to calm your mind when it comes to change? Amy, this is a wonderful question. It's a big question that I won't be able to go into full length in this show. However, I spoke about this before and I will send you some episodes. However, one thing that I can also say is what I said before. So take a deep breath and be okay and hold space for the part that is anxious, that is not calm. There's a part that when it comes to change, we human beings, we just freak out, right? Let's say, is it the inner child or some other younger self or parts in us? Change is scary for the human system. And the mind wants to figure things out and put it straight and control the environment to feel safe again. So the first thing I would really say is take a nice deep breath. Let yourself be totally okay that there is anxiety, that change is scary. That's okay. You hold your own hand, you sit there, you hold space, and remind yourself that if there's anything certain in this world, is that things change constantly. So change can also be a wave. See it as a wave in the ocean. And instead of fighting that wave, you learn how to surf, or you just let yourself knocked over for a moment and then you get up again. Does that make sense, Amy? So I hope this is helpful. And you are not alone. It's okay. Here to support myself and you. Thank you, Misha. Love you. Same here. We have a group and tension are within our group, but maybe growth depends on sharing our loneliness and building our community. Yeah, absolutely. You know, having community. Sorry for that noise. There was just a lot of outside noise for a moment. Community sharing, being together, supporting each other is crucial. It's so crucial. So I'm happy that you have a group. And if you don't have a group, and if you feel like you would like to have more support, I really encourage you to come every Monday to be in the Soul Infused Monday show, or connect with like-minded people. Look for a different type of group. Look for something that can support you regularly, and not only when you feel low or anxious or sad or scared. Support is important to have regularly, no matter what, so that you build that foundation and that there is a safe place for you to go. What is the best way to get your energy back to be centered? I love these questions. First, you know it, take a breath. Take a breath. And then all the things that I said before will help with this question as well. But ultimately, when it comes from an energetical perspective, you want to bring your energy back to center. And when I tune into you, it is that your energy is too much outside of yourself. You want to bring that energy back in. And I can share more with you when we meet next time, as I know we will. But energy balancing and bringing your energy back in, imagining the tree. You can imagine yourself like a tree, roots on the ground, solid foundation, and then the branches up to the sky. Just as a very quick visual and reminder that you can help yourself by visualizing. And just because you brought this up, I didn't even think of this. And energy balancing, learning, it's a tool, it's a skill. When you can learn how to balance your own energy. And I am actually doing a workshop with Insight Timer in October. I don't have the details here because I didn't think of mentioning it. But now that it's coming up and it's such a profound tool, so I'm doing a workshop in collaboration with Insight Timer in October sometime, where I'm going to teach energy balancing so that you can learn and apply that into your daily life. If you are interested, just send me a message or leave a comment below because I don't have the details here. So if you're interested in learning how to balance your own energy, let me know and I will send you the details. Okay. Now, thank you so much for being here today. As usual, I would love to hear from you. What is your biggest takeaway from today? What is your biggest takeaway? What are you taking away from this show that is landing for you? And share with me. What is your biggest takeaway? And I'm looking forward to reading your comments. I'm looking forward to reading your reviews, messages. What is your biggest takeaway? And come back next Monday for a new episode of Soul Infused Monday. And my invitation for you today and for the rest of the week, be with what is, with love and compassion, either for yourself and or for others. What you can do for yourself, you can do for others. If you don't hold space for yourself, it's very hard to hold space for others. And you don't always have to hold space for others either. And if you feel sometimes that what you do doesn't matter, or that you should be different, or further ahead, or something, whatever it is, just take a deep breath and allow yourself to be with what is, because it's very, very powerful. And I do believe that this world would be a better place if from early on we would learn this skill to be and hold space in acceptance with what is. So have a wonderful rest of your day. Have an inspired and meaningful week. And I'm looking forward to connect with you in between and see you again for a new episode of Soul Infused Monday. Much love.